Hi everyone, Kirk here with Kirk's Motorrad Shop in Crystal Lake, Illinois, bringing you another do-it-yourself video. Today's video, it's going to be on changing this. Not a fun job to do, but one that you might need to do. Maybe that's why you're watching this video, or maybe you're just curious as to why you'd want to change this out. This is the breather hose for the crankcase, and where it goes is on the throttle body. Here's a throttle body right here from a K1200. You can see this hose right here. That's the breather. Goes on there just like that. You can see the hose down there. Actually goes on like this here. It goes on like this, sorry. The wrong way, but you get the idea. This part here is actually pinned right up against the frame, so this is not an easy job to do. This one will take you a while to do. Just take your time or have somebody else do it. If you take it to a dealership, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. Might even charge you more than the motorcycle's worth. It's something that you need to take care of. And what are some of the symptoms that you're going to find? Why would you need to change this out? Well, if this hose breaks, it's going to put oil vapor on the top of the engine. It's going to be breathing oil vapor right on top of the engine. You're going to see a lot of oil coating sitting on top of the engine when you look at it from the front. The other reason is, I mean, if it's a pretty bad leak, it could potentially affect the idle, because it's really just an air leak at that point, and it's just sucking in air. It's not, and the computer is having a hard time then compensating for the increase in air. Just like having a vacuum leak on your car. You know, you pull a vacuum hose off on an old car and it starts running rough. The same thing can happen here with this motorcycle. And the computer does a pretty good job of compensating, but sometimes it gets to the point, like on this motorcycle, where the oil had basically bathed the whole top of the engine. It's running down on the exhaust. It's really just a big mess. What do you need to do to change this thing? Looking on this motorcycle here, you have to remove this airbox. So I'm going to show you how to remove the airbox. Then you need to remove the throttle bodies. You need to pull them away at least in order to get to this hose. There is one connection on the other side of the engine that's very easy to get to. It's really just a small little hose clamp on there, and you just pry it off with a screwdriver or something. It comes off real easy. Just want to say thanks for watching here. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe, hit the like, you know, all that kind of stuff that everybody always says. And please do check out my links down below in the description. It's going to show you some different ways in which you can help support these videos and the work that I do. Okay, in order to get the box off, you got to remove the fuel tank. You probably could tell that already. You got to pull the fuel tank off, which means you got to pull the covers off. You have to remove this hose right here. This hose goes right in here. This is your airbox breather hose. It has a little 7mm nut screw. I guess it's a screw up here, and then it's got two 5mm screws or nuts, bolts. I always mess those up. Anyways, it's got two 5mm things that hold on right there. So you just pull those off, and then you can fish that thing out of there. That's going to loosen it up over here. You can see it's kind of loose. Now we're going to go over to the other side. So right down in here, in this hole, is the other end of that tube. Alright, on this side of the bike you got the little air dam that goes on your fan. You got to pull that off. There are two just small screws. There's one at the top, one at the bottom. You pull that off and then you can work it out. I'm just going to leave it hang here because it's really not going to be in my way. In order to get this off, probably should start right here at the fuel rail. We're going to pull the fuel rail off and just remove it all together with the injectors. Just going to let that kind of hang off to the side. Need to remove this airbox temperature sensor right here, and you do that just by pushing down on the little wire clip and pulling back, and it will come off. So one of the things I did do on this motorcycle before I started all this work is I washed it really good. I took it outside, took some degreaser, loaded it in here, let it sit for quite a long time, and then washed it out the best I could. Pretty much just so I don't have to work in a pile of grease, because it was really, really bad on this motorcycle. It was so bad that there was oil all the way into the back of the, all the way to the back, even onto the back wheel. There was I'm going to remove these hose clamps so I can get this fuel rail up out of the way. Everybody should have one of these. Little spreader here for the hoses to get them off. If you want to get one, you can go on my Amazon page. You'll see them on there. Link is right down below. I'm going to pull the little hoses off of the fuel rail. They're just on there with little clips. You'll see them when you're in there. These caps also come in handy. I think those are on my page as well. Most of the stuff that I use, I try, you know, the unique stuff. I try to put that on my Amazon page so you guys can use it too, and your purchase there doesn't cost you anything extra, but Amazon throws me a few cents on the dollar every time you guys make a purchase. Even if you use that as your home page, that's a big help, because anything that you buy from Amazon then kind of I'll get a little bit of credit for it, and it all helps out a little bit. Yep, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to pull the airbox itself off. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to pull this off. This is just on a little, there's like a little tab that points in this direction. If you put your finger behind there, you can kind of feel it. And if you just work it forward, you can get it off of there. There it goes. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to release these two clamps in the front and then unscrew these clamps. Very important that you take note of the direction that screw is pointing, because if you put it in any other position when you're putting it back, it's probably going to block your throttles. So it needs to be pointing in like this direction here. This one here, not quite as crucial, but in order to be able to get to it, you've got to you just got to make sure you put it in the right position. And these other ones in the front are a lot easier to get off than they are to get on. They really, you just get a little hook tool in behind them and just pull on them and they'll just pop open. Right in here, there's like this leading edge here. That one is the pry point. Right in front of that is the actual hook itself. So if you just get a tool in there and pull on it, it should pop open. There it goes. There's that one. Now this one down here is really pretty tough to get to. But if you get a small screwdriver in there, you can loosen it up enough to move it. Just have to find out what works best for you. You might even need to put a wrench on it if you can get one on there. Let's move it a little bit at a time. Once it starts going, it's not too bad, but somebody really tighten this one down. Last one is right behind this wire loom. There we go. Okay, with that off, should be able to start getting that box off of there. Might need to get a pry bar in and lift it up in a spot. But one thing you'll definitely need to do, make sure that nothing falls down once you get this box off of here. Make sure nothing falls down inside the throttle bodies. You want to put some rags in there. Okay, you should be able to lift it straight out of there. Remove it. Make sure you grab your clamps. You can see how these things go together. They just kind of slide together, and they lock right there. They only go to one spot. So you can't really quite see it yet, but it's underneath this rail here. Next out, I'm going to remove the throttle bodies. There's just 4 clamps holding it on. You remove those, loosen up those 4 clamps, and then you can pry the whole throttle body up. What I'm going to do just prior to that, though, is I'm going to go over on the other side, off camera, and remove that 1 clamp and pull the hose off. That was pretty easy. Now I'll just loosen these up, pull them out. There it goes. So nasty down here. So much grease and crap. I still have these kind of hovering over the empty holes down there, so I don't drop anything into the engine. I don't know if you can see it or not, but all the clamps are kind of exposed. So I'm just going to kind of roll this thing toward me a little bit and try to get a pry in there and pry those clamps apart. You don't need to move them a whole lot. And there it is. Looks like somebody tried to repair this. Look at that. There's like a weird plug in there with a sheet metal screw or something. I wonder if that was that BMW dealer. Okay, I got the clamps on the new one, and I'm actually going to reuse some of these clamps because there's no reason not to. They're just pried apart, so I got the tool to pinch those together. It's called an Oetiker. These are called Oetiker clamps, and sometimes you can get away with reusing them. So put the new one on. So here's the tool. I do have one of these on my Amazon page as well. Check to make sure I don't drop anything in there. Oh, it'll look good. It's in place. Now I'm going to go over to the other side and get that hose clamp on the engine part, and then just reverse everything I've done here. Now you probably don't have the right tool to put these together, to be honest. Neither do I. So I'm going to use a needle nose pliers to snap these back into place. There's one. Just have patience, guys. You'll get them. If you want to hear any of this music that I listen to, you can look me up on Spotify, just under my name, Kirk Johnson. And this playlist is, I think it's called Cooling the Brain. It's my own. Don't forget to plug your airbox temperature sensor back in if you're using that. Some models, it's good to leave it off, like the early ones. But this one is not so. This one, being an 03, if your bike is running kind of crappy, like I show in my performance video, you can unplug it here, unless it has the brown wire. And this one has the brown wire. You can see it right there. So if it's got the brown wire, just clip it, which I'll clip that one later, and it'll run better in the hot weather. I'm going to put some new O-rings on here before I assemble it. And before one of you asks where you can get these O-rings, well, you can get them from BMW if you want to pay $5 a piece for them, or you can just go to your auto parts store, someone where they actually have somebody that knows what they're doing, and just ask them for some O-rings to fit Bosch injectors. Well, that's how you change out the breather tube. Not a good job, not a fun job for sure, but it's doable. Just takes a little more time than, you know, an oil change. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to check my other videos. There's so many videos on how to work on the K1200 LT that I've done. And yeah, check out my links below. That's all I got. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.